Working through the review packet, I skipped the first question because we already did it together in class. We're going to take a look at the second one. And in class, in the second one, we also did work through a bit of this. We got this into y equals mx plus b form by subtracting x on both sides and then dividing everything by 2, and we said y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. That would mean that the y-intercept is 5 and the slope is negative 1/2. So we would go up to 5 on the y-axis and then down 1 over 2. Connect and label y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. Next question. Which of the following represents the graph of the solution set of this equation? Y plus 2x equals 1. Well, which one is the graph? So if you're going to use your graphing calculator to help you check, which is probably a good idea, you need to have it in y equals mx plus b form, and there it is. If you put it in your graphing calculator, it'll show you what this graph should look like. But at home, you probably don't have a graphing calculator. You could just use your slope and y-intercept. The slope is negative 2, the y-intercept is 1. Which one of these four equations, these four lines, has a y-intercept of 1? Not this one, that has a y-intercept of 2. And not this one, that also has a y-intercept of 2. Now these two just comes down to the slope. Which one goes down 2 and over 1? Down and over, down and over. This is your answer choice. This goes up and over, up and over. That would be a positive slope. Next in our packet, oops, sorry about that. We have which of the following ordered pairs are solutions to the inequality? 2y minus 3x is greater than or equal to 6. We did this one in class together, so hopefully you already know that that would be answer choice 1. The next one, which of the following best describes the graph of y is less than or equal to mx plus b? So we're focusing in on that symbol right there, the less than or equal to symbol. So when we have less than or equal to, that means it is going to be a solid line because of the equal to part, so we can get rid of choice A and B. And it says less than, so that means that the shading is going to go below that solid line, so choice D. Same thing in question number 6, only now we have a greater than equal to symbol. That's still a solid line, so get rid of choices C and D. But now it's greater than, so that means the shading is going to be above, which is choice B. Next page. Here's an inequality that's graphed. Which of these four inequalities represents that graph? The y-intercept is negative 2. The slope goes down 3 into the right 1. All of these inequalities have that information on there. So it comes down to is that this is a dashed line, which means it can't be choice C. It can be choice D. It can't be choice C or A, and that it is shaded below. So it's in fact it is choice D. This one would be shaded above. Number 8, which of the following ordered pairs are solutions to 3x minus 2y is less than or equal to 6? Again, you can plug these in to that inequality, or you can graph it and see where it would fall on the graph. The first one we did in the packet, we plugged and chugged. So let's try the second one by graphing, by making a sketch. So I'll subtract 3x. Negative 2y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 6, divided both sides by negative 2. Y is greater than or equal to 3 over 2x minus 3. So if I graph that, I'm just making a sketch, negative 3, up 3 over 2, a solid line, shaded above. Now, which points fall in that shaded region? Negative 3, 3 looks good. 0, negative 1 looks good. 2, 4, I'm going to have to double check. And 3, 0, I'll double check. So we know that negative 3, 3 is in there. We know that 0, -1 is in there. So its answers choices 1 and 2. If you look at your answer choices, that is only choice C that includes both 1 and 2, which means 3 would also work. All right, let's look at the next one on this page. Which graph illustrates the solution? 3x minus y equals -3, x plus y equals 1. In order to do this, you will need to, I'm going to erase some of this stuff here so that you can see my work on here. You'll need to get both of these equations in y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to take 3x minus y equals -3, subtract 3x, -y equals -3x minus 3, divide by -1, y equals 3x plus 3. And then the second one, let's see, or let's find that on the graph. So +3 is a y-intercept, and then up 3 over 1. Looks like I can eliminate this one because it doesn't have that, and this one because it goes to 3 on the y-axis, but then it moves down from left to right. So now it's down to b and d. So we need to figure out x plus y equals 1. So I will solve that for y. Subtract x. And now we have y equals -x plus 1, which means that line starts at 1 and goes down from left to right, so choice B. And then the last one, does the point 5,3 belong on the graph of y is less than or equal to x plus 2, and explain? Well, you can do this by saying this is x and this is y, and we can substitute in 3 for y and 5 for x and see if it works. Is 3 less than or equal to 7? Yes. Y satisfies the inequality. Or you can use the graph paper if you want and graph it. Y-intercept of 2, a slope of up 1 over 1. It's hard for me to do this on here, so this is more of a sketch. A solid line and then shaded below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1, 2, 3, and there's that point. And that is clearly in the solution region. All right, let me know if you have questions.